Welcome back to Fundamental Tactics Chess. I hope you're enjoying my channel so far, and one thing, I just hope to provide you more chess content in the future. Okay, so the video is not going to be very complex. You're not going to get specific information from it, but it's going to help you improve even when I don't post a video, your favorite YouTuber doesn't post a video. Because remember, one thing about chess, you are the only one who can control how much or how little you improve. So, in this video, I'd like to share some resources that I use to improve my chess. Let's start with Chessable. It's actually one of my favorite resources that I've recently discovered. I discovered it about 2 weeks ago. And basically, they have these books. It's basically like an ebook, a regular chess ebook. However, they have a technology called Move Trainer, which helps you to play the moves like a diagram in a book. You can actually play it out. This is useful for openings, to memorize the opening. And it's useful for tactics, because you can actually solve the puzzles. So, for example, I know you see a lot of high price tags here and you're not ready for that. Well, I haven't even spent any money on this site because they have so many great free courses. All of these courses are completely free. Now, let me give you an example of a course. I have the King's Indian course right now. Let's just go and learn. Actually, pardon me, review would be more instructional for you guys to show you how it works. So, for example, right now they're saying black to play. In the King's Indian defense, what is the move? It's obviously knight f6. If you're familiar with the position, this is the classical variation. So we go bishop, and on and on. Basically, this allows you to play out the moves and learn them. And it's not just books that have been specifically created for Chessable. Regular chess books have been transferred into this technology, and it's much easier to learn. The technology is called Move Trainer. I think I've already mentioned that. Right now, let's look at one of them. So if you're familiar with the famous book by De La Villa, 100 Endgames You Must Know, well, they actually have it here. This is $250, which is a high price tag with video, but just $20 for the Move Trainer technology and the book. So I don't have this book right now, and I'm not really interested in buying it, frankly, but I'll show you basically the starter, the free course that kind of shows you how the examples of this. So if you really bought it, it would be kind of like this. So right now, this is a course about endgames, specifically opposition. I believe the move here is something, and then you follow the pawn, kick the king, and you promote. But basically, as you can see, in books, it's very hard because you can't play out the specific diagram. And there have been e-readers that allow you to do this, but this is just the best solution. And there are many new books that are extremely innovative that are only on Chessable, so you can't really get them in a physical form. Also, if you're wondering about the validity and the ethos of these people at Chessable, I always do. Actually, almost every single book is written by a titled player, and if not, at least a very high-rated player. As you can see, GMs, all these are GMs, IMs, FMs, and these are specific chess publishers. Usually when it says a chess publisher, it's usually already a book, like Junior Chess Tactics Antenna, this is a book, but they've turned it into a Chessable book. Okay, and that's basically the overview of Chessable. You get streaks, and there's a couple other things, but that's not important now. Just remember, click free if you want the free courses, and try to just learn an opening or some tactics. It's extremely useful. I've learned most of the King's Indian through this. Okay, moving on. You obviously have the playing sites, Lichess and chess.com. My board is a little too big, but these are very useful, and I like Lichess more than chess.com, usually for analysis, because it allows you to get Stockfish 11 plus, probably the second strongest engine. I'd say AlphaZero is the strongest, but this is like a 3,500 rated. This is like Magnus plus 1,000 points reviewing your games. So, say we played something like e4, e5, and then I played the King's Gambit. And instead of the King's Gambit, it's saying that knight f6 is a better move. And it always gives you the evaluation. Minus, it means it's better for black. 0 means it's even. And plus means it's better for white. The higher the number, or the higher the negative number, is how much better it is for both sides. That's very great about Lichess. And a lot of title players come on here, but I actually recommend chess.com for title players. So I have actually created a new account just to show you guys. I like chess.com because I feel like it's a very simple site. easy to get on, easy to play with, and it just allows you to do what you want. If you want to play, you can just click play. It's very simple, intuitive, and that's why I like it. There's a lot of other cool features on chess.com, but that's also probably not important because many of you are probably using it. But on to Lichess. Maybe a less number of you have heard of Lichess because it's probably the second most, but not as popular as chess.com. But this one's pretty cool because a lot of the variants around here is like Ultra Bullet, Horde, Racing Kings. I don't play those because I don't think they're the best to improve your chess, but they are fun and it is on this site. This actually has a very good cheat detection, so if you're ever using anything like that, and it's pretty great. And also, there's a couple more resources. Let me move on. Basically, these two, in summary, are just for playing chess. And one thing about these two is that they have some great tactics modes. Chess.com has Puzzle Rush, regular training rated, and right now, if you are watching this video, for 2 weeks you can get Puzzle Battle completely free. Usually you can only play one without a premium membership, but for now you can play unlimited for 2 weeks. Also, speaking of premium memberships, that's one reason I don't like chess.com that much. I feel like the premium membership is a paywall in most things, and that's why I prefer Lichess, because it's 100% free, and they even give you computer analysis for free, something that chess.com doesn't. Moving on. So, these two, if you want to play some chess, just play some chess. We have Z Library, which in itself is not a chess resource. I believe it is just it's a Z library. It's an ebook library, but the thing that I found so wonderful about this is right now with the whole virus situation and everything, it's hard to just go out into a bookstore and buy a book. I think Amazon is also having delayed deliveries. So something that I found extremely useful, and even if sometimes you can't afford books, is right now, for example, if I just search we've already discussed this book. Let's see if it's on Z Library. I mean, this is a very one-take thing, so I don't know if it will be, but we'll see if 100 Endgames You Must Know is here. Yes, exactly. 100 Endgames You Must Know. Villa de la Via. It's by De La Via, so it's the correct book. And look, it might be a different cover, but it's the exact same book. You can click download PDF, and you have the entire book. However many pages. This one seems to be 249. This is just 249 pages free. And it isn't as good as a paper book, obviously, but it's a completely good it's probably the best alternative. Not even a good alternative. It is the best alternative. So to show you an example right now of this in action, I'm right now reading How to Reassess Your Chess by Jeremy Silman. This is an extremely good book, as I've already said in my past video. So it's literally just like a real book. You can even put it in the mode like that. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And you can just flip through. It's extremely high quality. 669 pages now. It's not loading, sorry, but it will eventually load. Let's show a loaded page so you guys don't have to wait for that. But yeah, this is the index. Take a few seconds. It's extremely high quality and it's a perfect book. I've already read a good chunk of this because it's an extremely good book, and this is an extremely good alternative to buying books. Another thing I found is if you ever want to know an opening, and Chessable is good, but before that, I used to just get books, just like on Z Library. Like, I've studied the entire Caro Kann just from these 2 books, and they were completely free. Okay, so yeah, if you want books, those are 2 good alternatives, because I know there's a bunch of good chess books, and chess books are a great way to study. Also, public libraries are great because they usually have not the biggest chess collection, but it is free and you are able to rent it out, read it, and give it back. Right now, that might not be possible, but in the future, you definitely want to think of that. Okay, next, we're going down to our last resources, but Chess Tempo. Really old site. If you have seen this site before, you're probably an older chess player, but it is an extremely good site. Some of the tactics are so much better than Lichess and chess.com. I mean, I don't use opening training or endgame. I think I've used endgame training, and I don't really play on here, but the tactics and the endgames, and basically that's the main thing. The tactics and the endgame training are so great. Let me just show you real quick. I probably won't even get this tactic because they're very, very complicated, but they're good too. So let's see. Don't want to take too much of your time here, so I'm going to try to just do a quick response to this. So we have, I believe, Okay, so I just got it wrong because I don't want to waste your guys' time. This is a pretty decent high-rated puzzle. Basically, the answer was taking the rook. That was just it was a pretty simple puzzle, but I wasn't focusing that much. Here it's probably just taking the. Sorry, it's queen checkmate. But as you can see, as you start using the site, the puzzles get harder and harder, and they're much better than the puzzles on chess.com or Lichess. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. Obviously, if you have any resources at your house already, just dig them up. I know I had a chess book that I didn't even know Bobby Fischer teaches chess. Pretty decent book, but it was mostly just a puzzle book. But yeah, just look around your house. And also, one thing I want to mention is always have a board with you. I'm actually ordering one right now. But whenever you have a game, for example, let's go to one of my games I played. I have like, this is a bullet game, so you probably won't see that much accuracy. But for example, if I pull it up, and let's say I want to analyze it. So just have a board with you and play the game out in the board. And right now, the computer analysis will show up because it's analyzing it right now. But say, for example, it says it's not the best move. Try not to look at what the best move was or what the engine says it is. Try to figure it out by yourself on the board, what you could have done differently, what the focus and what you learned from this game. For example, I usually play the London system, so this guy played the Horwitz defense, which doesn't really allow for the London system, but it showed me like one way that you can win against the Horwitz defense and one way that the Horwitz defense can be improved. So you just gotta focus on things like king safety, imbalances, so many things you can work on in just a short game. So having a board with you is really helpful to do all those. And obviously going to local chess clubs is good. I have done that a lot in the past. Tournaments, over-the-board tournaments are great. But remember, whenever you go to over-the-board tournaments, remember to write down your games. I didn't do that before, and I wish I did, because in that big of a consequence, it's basically your entire chess rating is dependent on tournaments. So you have to analyze the games and improve from them. That's just a must. One other thing. It's not the greatest resource, especially if you're trying to improve rapidly. So I would not go to these videos as a first resort. But just if you search chess on YouTube, I already have one in my recommended chess talk. Another YouTuber I enjoy is Agad Mator. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong, but he does a lot of videos on master games. Morphe, he right now has a saga. He did the candidates every single day it was running. And there's just so much chess resources on YouTube. They're not as great, but if you are using them, try to have a board with you so you can guess the moves. But there's Chess Talk, yeah, there's Eric Rosen. A lot of these are pretty funny and enjoyable to watch, but if you're going for improvement, I wouldn't spend most of your time doing this. Maybe as a last resort when you have nothing else. And as I said, remember to bring a board. With that, I think this video is wrapped up. I hope you learned a little bit, and I hope you saw some resources that you aren't using. Remember, stay fundamental, stay tactical. This is Fundamental Tactics, signing off. Thank you.